July.
Right?
Come, sir.
What? Okay. Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem Shabbat, to the brothers, Yahweh Shemana, and Bashim Shabbat to the sisters. Right? Friday, Lashawan Qadash class, the Hebrew class, right? Of course, it start with the alphabet, right? I want to get that scripture too. Whenever you can, we're gonna remember this now, because we got a lot of enemies. I mean, that don't know the Bible, and we do, right?
Come.
And now the enemies are coming against us. They think they found a reason to come against us, right? They think they have a reason, but they don't, right? And just like always, they have to be shown. First of all, if you show them that they don't know the Bible, right? They brush it off like it means nothing, right? But to someone else who they poison their mind with whatever they're thinking, with their opinions, right? They're gonna poison someone else's mind against the school, right? You just shut the door, right? It's all right, right? Right. So when we're ready, we're gonna remember this. 2 Samuel 12 and 12, all right? 2 Samuel 12 and 12.
Come,
Right. Very easy to remember. 2 Sam 1 2 1 2. Right? 2 Samuels 12 12, all right? The 12 tribes, 12 everything, 12 constellations, or 12, there's 12 everything, right?
Come, sir. I have.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 12. But thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel, but before the sun. Verse 13, sir.
No, that's it. Right? We're gonna start at 11 next time, right? We're not ready for the scripture yet, but we're gonna do the alphabet first, right? And then I wanna get words from that scripture there, right? Okay. Also, any questions you have online, please put them in the chat now, right?
Salakia, sir.
Yeah,
The attendance sheet
the attendance sheet.
for class.
It should be on a core struggle upon right? Okay.
Come, sir. Show me how about my job for also. Sir, I can't find the attendance sheet for class. Okay, right there. Come, sir. I see it. Come on.
Okay.
Come, sir. Come on.
We're gonna get the alphabet, right? A is for Allah, right? Which is a cow. Let me see if I can get some more room on the board with this thing here, right? Right. If everyone online can see this clearly, right? Type 1 when I get to start writing, all right? Okay. Half mark right here. Half mark right here. So of course we have 22 Hebrew characters, right? 22 Hebrew characters. So I'm trying to work with the size of the board here. So I want number 5 to be here, right? Because 5 is or the 6, right? What's the middle number between 1 and 11?
111.
It should be 6, right? 5 above, 5 below, 1 in the middle, right? So I want 6 to be here, right? And then we have 5 more here, 5 here, right? So this might be 16 right here. I'm not sure. Might be 17, right? Might be 17, right? Because then 5 below that, right? Okay. So we have Allah here. La, right? Which is a cow, right? Right? Ba, ga, right? Ba, ga, da, ga, right? Ha, wa. That's 6 right here. So we're gonna put the wa here. Right? Wa here. Wa. Ba. Here, you have the alphabet sheet?
Come, sir.
If you can come over here and say your alphabet to the brothers online and then show them the sheet, right? Instruct them that they should, contact the camp leader. You know what I mean?
Come. For Israel, then UPK, contact your camp leader so you can get this Hebrew sheet so you can stay on touch with what our language is. Baba Kashab. So it's like, so you want to call it the letters, sir?
Yeah, if you could.
The first letter in the Hebrew alphabet in the ancient is A. Second is Ba. Then Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Ta, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha.
Show me the C right too, if you could, right?
Karawakan, sir. This is the Assyrian part. It's like, sir, if I may.
Please, your officer, go ahead.
Karawakan, sir, the water. The Assyrian is when our language changed when we was enslaved, correct, sir?
Absolutely right.
Now, my question to you...
It didn't change. We changed it, right? But it wasn't changed on us. We changed it.
Was it because Slacky, sir? Yeah. Was it changed because the high from the oppressor at the time, our oppressor, to hide our language from them so we communicate?
No, it wasn't to hide it at all. It was let's look at America today. We don't hide to our oppressor. We sell out to our oppressor. You see what I'm saying? The scripture says, "Why does thou trimmest thy ways for love?" Right? So we trimmed our ways for love. There's nothing new under the sun. Right? This was not revolutionary and nothing like that. Right? Hiding what we have from our oppressor means we will take everything that we have and they get nothing. Right? We try to make our way fit their way. So our writing looks very rough. It looks like you're scratching something into a tree. Right? But the Assyrians had a writing that was very, in line and uniform and neat. Delicate. So we wanted to have a neat, delicate handwriting. You see, like how you rough and get your fro out and all that? Nah, you gotta cut it all off and make it all smooth and cut all your beard off and look all smooth and uniform.
If I may, sir, kind of like how like you said, like today, how some brothers would be sellouts to be millionaires.
Absolutely right.
Also, if I may, sir, like I haven't seen, but I've heard, but those fake Israelite groups, they use an other brand of ancient Hebrew. Like, why is that, sir?
Because they don't respect authority, right? So being that they don't respect authority, right? They go look at any old Hebrew and say this should be the way that they should do. So they look at anything, and because they have no guidance, they have no idea of authority. They don't know that there was a last authorized writing that we used. There was stages of development, right? And whatever's cleared and developed, right? You have to go by that rule. You have to go by that tradition or that lifestyle. What was updated by our authority under the Most High in Christ, right? So today you have modern day laws. Right? You can't just go out in the street and shoot a slave if you want to anymore. You know what I mean? You can't just say, "Oh, I caught this Negro reading a sign. What are you doing reading?" You can't. Okay, that was not a real rule, but some places it was like he was allowed to read.
Sir.
Right? So even there, you can't take that man and say he killed a slave for reading. Right? You have to go by the law, the last authorized writing structure we had, and this was it, all right?
Sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. The water, right?
I ain't the boss, sir. You want me to stay here? I don't want, sir.
You can move. Yeah, you can move. Right?
Come, sir.
Okay. I want to spread these out some more. Just make sure. Let's check to see what's going on online, all right?
Come, sir. There's nothing no questions on Facebook or on YouTube, sir.
Okay, no sweat.
We have Officer Khan. He saluted. Shalom, what's going on?
What's going on, Takam, man?
Officer 50 Khan. What's going on, sir?
I
What's high crash?
wonder if you're gonna be in the building tomorrow, man. No, tomorrow, man. April 2nd, man. Tomorrow, right? Captain Desire at 2:00. You know what I mean? We're going against the Black Panthers tomorrow, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
If I may, another body bag, sir.
Khan, that's what you know, man. The Lord must be giving the authority of all black people over to us, man.
Most high in Christ.
You know what I mean? It was Commander YAHANNA, also genius too. Yeah, he went on Shanetta's show, right? Right? And he was saying like, yo, you don't even think they're gonna show up. You know what I mean? But you know, people like to watch our tapes and study us before the time, right? And then Gino Jennings did this same thing once, right? Challenge us, try to study us days before, right? All of their movements are failures, right? So just like what any failure does, you know what I mean? The day before you gotta take the exam, you study the night before. You know what I mean? And when they study us, they be like, damn, I don't think I can take these guys. They come and call it off. Sorry, we can't do the debate. We got to call it off. We're gonna do it next year. You know what I mean? Or another time that we just don't know right now. You know what I mean? And they just disappear to save their shame and to save the fact that they would have lost and they knew they was gonna lose. Gino Jennings did the same thing. Gino Jennings would have never got this big, right? If he came against us. You know, he would have got crushed a long time ago and got his feelings hurt. Probably would have joined the school.
So he was running, sir.
He was running. He was taking on everybody out there. And then one day he said he's going to go take on the I.S.U.P.K. Big mistake. Big mistake. Who else did that? James White did that. James White from the Alpha Omega Ministries. He was a Caucasian man. He would go out there, internet dude, Bible dude. I don't know if you might got a church, I don't know. But he was going out there battling Israelite groups, crushed GOCC,
of course,
crushed one of them other groups. He was going around from Israelite to group, the Israelite group tried to come against the UPK, and you know what I mean, got his career ended there. Of course, he's still out there. Of course, they don't believe the thing that we do. He created a term for us, triumphalism. And we was like, triumphalism? Never heard that word before, triumphalism. We took the word triumphalism that they said because we was whooping they behind, and we put triumphalism on t-shirts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we put triumphalism. You might every now and then you might see a brother with an old triumphalism t-shirt. Those shirts are old now, so you might see us wear it on, Passover is in 2 weeks, right? So you might see us in the morning, get up out of bed, you know what I mean, wearing a triumphalism t-shirt because these are our old UPK shirts. You know what I mean?
I have to bring that back, sir.
Yeah, I'm bringing my triumph. I'm gonna sleep in it and wake up in the morning. I'm going FaceTime, Facebook Live. You know what I mean? Waking up in Passover. You're gonna see the triumphalism shirt on my chest, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay. So we're gonna write, as you see here, the same ancient Hebrew alphabet that we got on the sheet. I'm writing them out on the board. Officer Yeshua Miala just gave you the sounds of each character, right? Now we're gonna write out where the sound comes from. The sound is the first syllable of the word that they come from, right? So each of these characters or pictographs, right? Pictographs meaning these are figures that are like a picture, right? And each of them means something, right? That is very fundamental to the grassroots or the foundation of our language, right? So alak is a cow because the ah is a figure of a cow's head, all right? Bayat is a tent, all right? The Ga here is for Gamal. Right? Gamal, which is a camel. Right? And then Da is for Dalaf. Right? Dalaf, which is a door. Right? And Ha is for Han or Hana. Right? Ha or Hana, which is behold. Right? Wa is for wow, which is a fish hook. Right? Za is for Zion. Right? You see the Z is the same shape as the letter Z. Right? Because that's where the letter Z came from, right? And Zion means weapon. Okay? Ka is for Kawama. Right? And Kawama is a fence. Right? And then Ta is for Ta Na'a. Right? Which is a basket. Right? Basket, modern day bag. You want to say, yo, where's your bag at? I want to say, yo, where is Aya, right? Or Aya, or Ayak, right? Right? Your bag. So I'll say Tana'a ka. Tana'a ka. Tana'a is bag, ka is your. So we don't say ka Tana'a. Ka at the beginning, before word means something different. Ka before word means like. If I say ka Tana'a, I said like a bag. Furthermore, Tana'a means basket. Ka Tana'a is your bag. Ka Tana'a is your bag. It's like a basket. If I say Tana'a to you, it means your bag. You see what I'm saying? Right? Baskets were the first bags. Tana'a ka. Your bag.
K-A, right, sir?
K-A. Tana'a ka, your bag. What else we have? We got Sapar. Sapar is a book. Sapar ka, your book. Right? Right there we got the so-called shofar, which is a shapar in Hebrew, right? Shapar. Shapar is a horn. That thing right there. Shapar ka, your horn. You know what I mean? The menorah, manara in Hebrew. Manara ka, your menorah.
This is pretense, correct, sir?
This is possessives.
Possessive, salah.
Possessives, kan. Oil, yayan. No, slap it. Yeah. Shaman. Right? Shaman is oil. Right? Shaman ka, your oil. What we got over there? We got the wine over there. The wine, yayan. Yayan. How do I say your wine?
Yayan ka.
The water, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. All right. We got yard here. Yard. Yard is hand. All right. Kap is the palm of your hand. The palm hand. All right. Palm of your hand. That's the figure of this thing going on right here in the palm of your hand. Right. That's the lines you got in your hand right here. That's these two lines right here in your hand. You know what I mean? God.
Salaki, so knowing that just further proves that we are people salt.
Yeah.
We are people salt.
Yeah, our people that we different.
Come on, sir.
You know what I mean? Come. Right? We got the law here. Right? Law is for lamad. And lamad means to learn. Alright? The law is the figure of it's the figure of a walking stick. It used to be written like this. Because a walking stick held by an elder man up in the air is to whoop your behind so you can what?
Learn.
So you can learn. An older man whoops you so you can learn. Because he's older than you. You young, you don't know nothing. These cats out here 18, 19, thinking that they grown men, spend a life in jail and getting girls pregnant, can never see their kid. Because they're making mistakes because they was not taught by an elderly man. The elderly man got a lot of experience. You know what I mean? So over time, this became this, as you questioned before, why is there different writing styles, right? Because we wrote it like this, but in development, this became the way of writing because it's easier to write, right? We had ways that were easier to write things. Of course, we got the cow's head over there, the R, which is like this. One time it was like this, right?
Cow horn.
Yeah, it was a cow's head.
Cow, sir.
With the head like this and the horns. So we write it like this. This is long, or I could just do this, right? So to write long messages and stories, right? So, you know, of course, anybody, just like a child, right? Just like Adam, he will start off with the alphabet. But then as time goes on and you need to write stories and you need to write reports of things, because a good ruler, according to the Bible, according to Ecclesiastes, a good ruler is prudent, right? Prudent means he's patient and he cares for what is going to happen for his kingdom in the future. So how do you prevent things from happening in the future? Look what happened in the past. So we need records. We need to write things down. We need a way to write things efficiently, fast and quickly. We can't be spending time drawing a cow's head and make sure it's round and drawing horns. We improve the writing for our own, you know, time benefit, right? So we can get things down. We go into war. What happened in the war? Scribble, 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 scribble. You see what I'm saying? Even the English writing got too much damn letters in there.
Yeah.
English writing, you know. That's why nowadays, I don't know if everyone's seen this, right? Nowadays, people don't even text anymore. They go on their phone, they press this thing right here, right? They press this thing right here, and then they press this microphone button right here, and then they get to talking and write the text for me, because the English language is very, very inconvenient. It's so inconvenient. Even the developers of these devices thought to not type the thing in anymore, but to use the microphone device to record all the words I am saying. See what I'm saying? Can you see it online?
It's nice and clear.
It's nice and clear. The water.
So we have Terrence Bernie. He saluted, sir. Shalom, what's going on?
Who? Terrence. Shalom, Terrence. What's going on? For sure.
We have General Shalom.
Shalom, General Shalom. How about some good stuff, right?
Oh, Salakia, he said it's hard to see the board, sir.
It's hard to see the board. I knew this was coming. The brothers, we don't got no more black ink left, right?
I think the new ink is in the plastic right there, sir. I'm not sure if it's black. I think blue would be predominant, sir.
I believe you. I believe you. Okay, let me continue in the blue, and then we write everything over in the blue, right?
But Salakia said, if I may,
yeah.
What you were saying was so heavy about the English language. Is that why one of the reasons why they call it a bastardized language? Why it's a bastard language?
I can't say that. No, I don't. I can't say it. I don't know that one.
Okay, come on, sir.
Salakia. Bastardized language. Okay. Our language was called a barbarian language because we was always saying, come here, come, and dad, dad might say, come to dad. Come is ba'a, to come. You know what I mean? Go is taza'ah. So we would just say, ba, taza'ah, abba, Yahweh, ba, shib, Yahweh, shai, bara, ata. So we was out there and they looking at us like, ba, 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 ba. So they call us barbarians. Okay. The word bastard means without a father, right?
Come on, sir. If I may,
I believe there's a better definition. According to the Bible, a bastard is your son of an adulterer, right? So in other words, your mom is married to a man, but then she commits adultery and has a child outside of her husband. You see what I'm saying? That's what bastard is, right? In other words, she has a man, she cheated, so that child is not this man, he's not the son. You see what I'm saying? He's like, yo, that's not my son. You know what I mean? Yeah, so to say bastardized, they might just say it means, the Caucasians language. I can't really say why they say bastardized. I don't really have a real reason for that, all right? I'd have to get a reason to what, the mind of the man who's saying it today is saying it. So you have to talk to someone who says this is a bastardized language. You know what I mean?
Oh, Salak, it's Shalom says shalom, brothers.
Shalom, sir.
Shalom, sir.
Okay. We're gonna try this red right here, right? Maybe my handwriting was too small too.
That's predominant. I see it.
Okay. Right. Well, my Salak here, right?
Yeah, it looks more predominant.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Salakia, just art paint. She said, Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, sis.
Shalom, sis.
No split. Okay. No questions online, right?
La, sir.
Okay.
Oh, Salakia, Officer Yatazar, he saluted. Shalom, Yahweh,
Shalom, Officer Yatazar. We're going to see and salute everybody one day.
Come.
That's why we salute at the beginning and at the end of the class. There was a scripture about that too, where Yahushua was saying to not salute each other, just head out the door. Because we are people that love each other. We're not like the heathens, right?
God. Sister named Win. Salakia, if I get your name wrong, sister. Gwen Kron. She saluted as well, sir.
Carl, Most High in Christ.
Checking in as well, sir.
Carl.
It's like I said, when you said it's so true, you just can't get one brother that. You get the whole room of that.
Carl. Okay. Okay, so let me look at the computer so I can see how I can help the screen. Right?
The red definitely did come in better, sir.
The red came better. Right. It's hard to see the board. Okay, yeah, it does look. The green makes it look a little bit more blurry. Okay. I'm gonna write over the green ones. I'm gonna finish this side of the board first. Right. Of course, with capital writing in English, it's the same manner, right, that we write in the Hebrew. Our writing in our Hebrew is like writing in capital letters, right? Of course, from the original writing, we will look for more efficient ways to do things, all right?
More efficient ways, sir?
We were looking for more efficient ways to write things. That's why we have the writing that we use in the Israelite school I.S.U.P.K, despite of there having many forms of writing skills, but writing ways of writing, right? Up until the periods of development. When you can, right? Let me get that book right there, on the end right there, right?
This white book, other one.
This boy, yeah, this one right here in the end. God. Open me up to page 3.
3, come on, sir.
God.
Page 3, sir.
Okay.
Put the camera.
No, you can stand it right there, read from the top, all right?
Come on, sir.
Stand right here. You stand to the side of the board if you could, all right?
Come on, sir. This is Biblical Hebrew, a text in right book.
Okay.
Come.
Page, go to,
Page 3, sir.
yeah, read where the book is from.
Oh, come. The book is from,
Go to the blank page where it says, yeah, this whole, yeah, there you go.
come, sir.
All right.
It's from,
All right, go on.
it's from Yale University Press,
All right, go on.
New Haven in London, sir.
The what? Where you see that? All right, show the camera that, right?
Come.
But people like to say, for a long time, people be saying that the U.P.K. be making up stuff, and we creating our language in here, right? We got the language from the past. The scripture says to seek ye the old path. You know what I mean? We got to get back what was pure. We don't want the bastardized language. Ain't that right? I guess what we are.
Come,
We don't want a bastardized language. The Lord says He's going to turn us to a pure tongue.
That's right,
How
sir.
do you get something pure? You got to filter out the polluted stuff, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Page 3 as well.
Page 3 of the chart.
Come, sir.
All right.
And if I may, sir, I heard the exact same words in my household.
God.
Y'all making up stuff. I laugh.
God.
Vocalization. The Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world, still in use today.
Right. The Hebrew language is the oldest in the world, meaning it was the first language. Go ahead.
Our own alphabet is a descendant.
Even the English that we're writing in is a descendant of the Hebrew. The same way how I have to write a mark. It's not like these small writing that we have over here, where it's all nice and neat, right? It's like I'm writing large Hebraic alphabet, the old Lashawan Qadash alphabet, right? I got a mark. What is it? Zion is a weapon. I got a mark Wa, and the modern day the E and the A, which would be a cow's head, and a Pa, which is a Pa, and an I, and a Na, which is Nawan, right? It's like I'm writing it all over again, just in large letters, and very much inconvenienced by the vowels.
Right.
Very much inconvenienced by the vowels. Go ahead.
Descendant of it by a circuitous root.
Right. A circuitous root meaning a circle, meaning it goes out one way and then it gets adapted in one place, right? And it comes back around and it gets influenced and then goes up to another place and comes back around and comes back to the people. And now there's all these pollutants going on in the language. All right, go on.
The text of the Hebrew Bible we use today reflects several periods of development.
The text of the what?
Hebrew Bible.
The text of the Hebrew Bible talking about the Tanakh and the Torah, right? Read it again.
The text of the Hebrew Bible we use today,
the Torah and the Tanakh, the text, right? Keep reading.
Reflects several periods of development.
It reflects several periods of development. So one time we wrote like this. There's a put this down. Give me the pictorial Bible dictionary. Right? And go to the section where it says literature, right? They're gonna give us a chart. So we're gonna look at the chart for a second, all right?
Sir.
Okay. Don't see it?
I see literature. I'm looking for literature, sir.
Okay, hold on. Come here.
Come, sir.
what I usually do is I go like this. There'll be a chart that's gonna pop up. Okay, see this right here?
Take context.
I just saw a picture, right, of writing, right? This right, we're gonna get stuff like this, not today, right? But I flip through it like this, and then sooner or later there'll be a graph that pops up. Right? I just saw something over here. It's a whitewashed version of King James.
Of course.
Okay. So a chart here. This is not just a chronological chart, so this is in chronology. Right? This is with the Romans rulership, right? So let's go on camera so people know what we're doing out here, right? So we're looking for we're gonna skip through it to see if we can find the chart. Here's another chart. I like these two. I like the years of the reign of the king. All right, the years of the reign of the king. Right? We need to get into that too. We need to know those. I wanna know what each name meant. Right? I wanna get into over time. That's Joash, right? We want to get into what all these words mean, what the names mean, and how did they transliterate the name. All right. We got crosses here. This is clear. This is like the thou. This is where the letter T came from, right? I don't know the exact thing of how it became to be, this letter T. They might have relations. We don't know, right? Why is this shaped like this? I don't know. Might just be for the body. This was a crucifix, right? I know there's religion, but we don't know, right? So we're gonna over time of courses of days and years, we're gonna try to get these things. We got something over here, cuneiform alphabet from Ras Shamra. All right. This is the Assyrians writing right here. These things right here, those arrows. Can you see some lines? See if you can see some lines, right? We were just talking about why we changed our Hebrew writing style. Come down, right here. There we go, right? The Assyrians roll like this. A bunch of arrows, very complicated nonsense. You see what I'm saying? They roll like this. They roll like, I remember back in the day on Windows 98 or on Windows, you go to Microsoft Word and then they'll have something called a wing. The writing style was like a wing ching bang or something. Wing bang. Wing ching bang.
I remember.
You know what I mean? And it was a writing style which was full of skeletons and bombs and wing bang. It was a crazy. This reminds me of that. This reminds me of the wing ching bang writing style.
If I may, that looks like the original chicken scratching to me. So.
Yeah, this is real chicken scratches. But they thought it was uniform and
They have no salt.
They ain't got no salt. Damn right. There's another way of them writing right. This is Darius. Darius is one of them bastard kings in the Assyrian Empire, right?
Right there.
I believe he was one of the kings before. I think it's Darius. I know there was a Darius. I know there was two Dariuses, right? Okay, there was a Darius before Cyrus, or the Cyrus I'm thinking about, right? And they wrote in this writing style right here. Cyrus and Darius, I believe, they were before Artaxerxes. Artaxerxes was the one where we lost the tribe of Dan in the war, right, against the 300 Spartans at the Battle of Thermopylae. All right. Okay. Trying to get this chart here. It's here somewhere. I don't think it's on this page, this side of the page I just saw. Trying to just be, very careful. Let me skip through it a little fast to see if I see this. They call it skimming through the page. Oh,
Pass that one.
There we go. There we go. Hebrew language. I didn't think about that, man. I blame you up. Wait, sir, go to Hebrew. I'm joking. All right, here we go. Ancients. Come. All right. Slack it. My bad. Slack it. A little further.
Perfect. Right there.
All right. There we go. Right. So can we read the title on the top there? What did the title say?
Ancient Semitic alphabet.
Ancient Semitic alphabet, right?
With modern Hebrew encompass a right of comparison.
And they're gonna compare all of the the style of writing that we had from the different ages. Right?
Left a little bit. There you go.
All right. Okay, right?
Right there, sir. Perfect.
There we go, right? So let me see if I can look in here. Right? Now this is a white man's slackiest. Like I gotta stop saying that, right? This is an this is an oppressor's estimate.
3:44.
All right, of what happened, right? Of course, these things are done by theories, right? Meaning people guess and have reasons, kind of similar to what the instruction of the law says in the mouths of 2 or 3, right? If you can get 2 or 3 to agree, right? Except the Lord is not with our oppressor, right? So he'll have an estimate of the times and dates and which one came first, which one came after, right? Of course, they're using this as theirs today. They call it modern. I don't call it the modern. We call it the Assyrian. The modern is this that we have on the board here. This is the modern Hebrew to me, because this is ours. This is our Hebrew today. You see what I'm saying? Not because an oppressor takes one of our ancient forms of writing and says he uses it today. How we gotta be modern because of his standards? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I was just about to say something on that.
Yeah.
How is he going to call it modern if it doesn't belong to him?
Yeah, exactly.
He's
exactly. Okay.
He is a true thief and a parasite on the planet. The oppressor.
Okay.
Yes. The only thing, it is crazy. I put it on my social media. I shared it from another brother in school.
Mhm.
His culture is capitalism. He has nothing. That's his culture. Capitalism and to take what doesn't belong to him.
Okay. Okay. Look here now. This one right here says, "Be absolutely right." The scripture does says they have inherited lies. You know what I mean? So they think they're Russians, but they're not the original Russians.
Oh, come on, sir.
They even think down to the point where they think they're Romans. They took over the Romans from the Japhites.
Come on, sir.
They took over Russians through the Holy Roman Empire. We went on and conquered Europe, and they had something called a Renaissance, where just like today you invent the car or the engine or the locomotive. The black man, George Washington Carver, the Pine Bluff, Arkansas brothers, Patterson and Greenfield, right? Brothers invent things in this country, but the oppressors take it like it's theirs.
Come on, sir.
Same thing was going on in Europe, right? We built Europe, we created all kind of societies over there, and they inherited it because they took it from us because of the curses of Deuteronomy 28.
Come on, sir.
We went and built a house, and it became the slave masters. We bought a cow, we raised the cow, became the slave masters. We bought a vineyard, we don't eat of the grapes, they eat of the grapes.
Come on, sir.
All of the vineyards in Belgium and the Netherlands and the lowlands there, right? All of our work became theirs. All our estates became theirs.
And if I may, sir,
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Our neighborhoods get gentrified, and our Bushwick and Bed-Stuy in New York right here is theirs. Harlem is a white neighborhood. I ain't never seen we're in Harlem right now, right? We're by 124th Street, a block over from the famous 125th, and we're on a white block. Ain't too many black people walk past the school right here.
Come on, sir.
The brothers walk past the corner here because they're from the projects down there. But the houses and all of the real estate, Caucasians.
Come on, sir.
You know what I mean?
If I may, sir, to go
Come
over
on.
what you're saying, the only thing he made was the patent, so he could take your idea and say it's his.
Yeah,
That's all he made.
Okay. So we got the writing style that we use, right? We got the R here, right? Right here it says the old Hebrew coins and gems. So meaning we would write inscriptions, right, on coins and gems. So meaning there was a regular handwriting style. There were different formations or variations on handwriting style that we would write on the gems of how we would write Hebrew, right? So yeah, this is a good one too, because people write this one all the time, right? So we got the law looking like a walking stick, like we talked about earlier, right? But the written form, the more convenient form, was to be writing like a L, like we do today. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What else we got up here? Okay, we got the Phoenician coins. The Phoenicians is the Africans, right? Who was also reinvented writing, right? Africans were still talking in cliques and doing all that. And it's recorded that the Africans, mostly for the most part, didn't have a writing system, right? I don't know about all of Africa, right? But Egypt, somewhere down the line, developed a writing system of a bunch of pictures that were like an albatross and a snake, similar to like ours, right? But we invented writing, and Hamites took on it. The Phoenicians are the so-called Canaanites, right? After the Romans and then moved in and moved them to what's that place again? Because before that, with Hannibal and them. Hannibal's people was right there.
Libya, that area, Libya and
up there, they got a name for it.
Chad.
Not Chad.
Morocco?
Chad is way down. Not Morocco. That's further west. I think it begins with a T.
Not Tanzania.
Not Tanzania. That's way down south. The Tanzanians, I think, they might be Canaanites today because they're so far down south. Right? But that's the whole idea, right? Right?
Mauritania.
Mauritania is not it. This is on the north coast. Right? But Hannibal's people, they were the Phoenicians. Right? When the Romans came in to deliver a punishment that the Lord really was giving to us, right? As always, the Lord punishes us by sending the heathens to take over our empire, right?
Slavic, sir. There's a country you're looking for called Tunisia. Tunis.
Tunisia. There you go. That's the country right there. Right, that's Tunisia is the country. Right? Those people were the Canaanites, and they looked a little bit like us, some of them, right? So you got people saying, oh yes, Hannibal was a black man, but he wasn't you.
God.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He started his culture. He would wear leopard skin fur. That wasn't our culture. We don't wear no leopard skin or no weird animal like that. We got laws, we got rules, we have a culture. And their culture was different from ours. But being that they were in proximity to us, they would start to write like us. Because we were the only ones that had the writing system. Just imagine you go to Madagascar, right? They are people that do not write. They today don't write. They don't have a writing system.
Even today.
Today, Madagascar, right? And you go there, you speak English, you talk English, right? And you write English. If you were to teach them how to write, they would have to write with your writing skill. That is why we are the salt of the earth. Yeah, if our salt goes into any pot of food, it brings this flavor up. Writing was one of the flavors.
That will come.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some time to. I know everybody's still writing this down. I'll give you some time to write this down, right? Let me see if I can write over the Hebrew alphabet over too, right? All right. I know there was a difficulty with the writing here.
Slav, yes, sir.
Okay.
Jake Jills, Shalom, what's going on?
Shalom, Jake Jills, what's going on? Okay. Slack y'all. I need to block your view only for a second. Okay.
Slav, you said, if I may.
Yeah.
Going off what you said, that because we were so in close proximity with the Hamites, they were taking things from us, like as far as the writing and all that, to make it their own. I'm convinced.
Don't think of it as taking like they was robbing us.
Come.
It's just that today, remember now, there's nothing new under the sun. So today, we have reggae and rap, right? Africans is out there making something called Afrobeat, which is just
trash.
Reggae. It's just reggae Africanized. And we will look at it like, yo, they stealing our stuff, right? You could imagine the Israelites back then, like, yo, them Hamites over there done stole our writing. You culture vulture.
God, sir.
You see what I'm saying? It's no different than today. All right?
I was going to say, if I may, sir, I don't even think the drum belongs to them.
The drum does not belong to them. Yeah.
Because blackity black, you say, oh, Africans, they got the drum. Sir.
You just want to see it, it's clear.
Oh, it's the wall.
Okay.
The blackity blacks lost, brothers and lost in the world, they'll say, the African drum, the African this, person do this. And I'm like, in my head, no, that is not the case.
You're absolutely right about that. As is, I know. We the one that make music.
Concert.
Where's the cup? The cup?
Oh, it's concert. No cups, I don't want.
Yes. We'll eat out of this.
I'm not sure, sir.
Let me provide here. A priest is thirsty.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Okay, what time we got there?
We are at 8:08, sir.
Yeah. We want to get the scripture, right? We want to get after this. Oh, you can finish writing what you're writing, but we want to get the scripture after this, right?
Come on, sir. I misplaced my sword here, sir.
Okay. Okay. We want to get the erasing this soon, right?
Come on, sir.
What's going on, Mashama Yashman? How about you? What's going on?
Yahweh Shemel Shabbat. How you doing, sir?
Okay. Yeah. I would like for brothers to remember this language is ours, man. We lost it. I mean, we're getting our culture back. We're getting our kingdom back. This is the right style of our kingdom.
Yeah, right.
We should hold it very dear to us, man. You know what I mean? When your children become of the right age, when they are able to comprehend certain things, you should teach them these things. Teach them I is a cow's head, bar is a tent. Explain to them how is a tent. This is the foundation thing that goes under the ground. These things, like we see that little curved thing right here. This thing always means under the ground, right? Ma Yam literally means Ma is of and Yam means the sea, of the sea. Water in the sea goes under the ground. You have the ground is at sea level or goes down to sea level. And then anything, if you dig anything underground, they call it sub-zero level, meaning sub-zero meaning below sea level. You know what I mean?
If I made like a subway.
Like a subway or a submarine. You know what I mean? You got the. Yeah, go check that right quick. With the na here, this is supposed to be the roots of a seed, right? Na for nawan, right? A seed, right? Except the part. This is the figure of your jaw. This is your mouth, right? Your upper cleft of your mouth and the lower cleft of your mouth. Your upper lip and your lower lip, the jaw, right? Okay. Should we go through them? Let's go through them. This is the top of a camel's hump. It's in the air. right? That is a door because the tent of a Native Indian tent, or when we would make a tent of leather skin, the door would be something that you pull to the side, right? In a tent that was the shape of a triangle also. So the door was also like a triangle. Ha is a man doing this, right? Hana, right? Hana is just this right here. I present to you, behold, right? Wa is a fish's hook, right? We had a spear, had 2 prongs on there, throw it in the water. One of these prongs must catch the fish, right? When they throw it in there, the fish is going to try to move a little bit, right? But one of the prongs always catch the fish. The fish will always be on one of the prongs, right? You pick it up, you know, it's like a fork, right? If you're messing around with me, if I want to say pass the fork in Hebrew, I'm going to say, give me the fork. I'm going to say, give me the wow. Right? I'm going to say that. Give me the wow. Give is Nathan. Give me Nathania wow. Nathania wow. Nathania wow. Or Nathania wow, depending on your dialect. Right? Don't forget, Manhattan is also a Native Indian word too. I don't know what it means, but they call it Manhattan.
Sloppy, sir. I.S.U.K. Jamaica salute.
Sure. What's going on, Jamaica? It's Kayado. What's going on?
Yeah,
right? Zai's weapon. Karma is a fence. It's a literal figure of a fence. Tana'a is the shape of a basket, the bottom of a basket. Yah is the arm doing this, right? That's the Yah, right? We went over Kai, the palm of your hand, the markers in your hand. We went over the walking stick already. The waves of water in the ocean. We went over this already. The seed that sprout roots from right here, right? Samak. This is a picture of the skeleton of a flag. But so because this is not the actual flag, this is the skeleton of a flag, because flags are not like today where you got a flag pole. There used to be a long stick, a long staff, and you create like ribs in the thing, and you place a sheet on the skeleton of the flag. The Chinese, I believe, the Chinese and the Japanese would do this in their samurai days, right before they got modern day flagpoles.
If I may, sir.
Yeah. Oh, and we are the salt of the earth.
Right, sir.
So when the Chinese and the Japanese was creating, big structures for their flags, where you can put a big flag on and hold it up like a banner. See what I'm saying? That came from us. We're saying, yes, bro.
If I may, sir, even Esau, he took it too. Like it was not Renaissance, a lot. It was medieval times, like Game of Thrones times, whatever.
Yeah.
Minus the dragons, whatever.
Yeah.
They did the same thing, but they had their flag and they carried it around with them to war.
Yeah.
That was the first that came to mind with the medieval times crap in the medieval time period. It took them Muslim percent, so.
The Game of Thrones is trying to emulate the Dark Ages. And we were the people in the Dark Ages. Yeah. We was in the Roman Empire that got expanded across Europe, and we took over in the military. I believe the brother's name was Septimius Severus. Brother rose up in the ranks in the military and took over the Holy Roman Empire, named it the Holy Roman Empire, right? In the decree from Thomas Jefferson, he said he does not want America to become like Europe. Mm-hmm. I mean, Abadi was the one who was bringing that out one time. We're going to get some more of that soon. I is for ayan, the figure of your eyeball. We went over this already. This is your mouth, right? Pa also is a word to say here. So if I say like come here, pa. That's what I was talking about before. When I say we barbarians, how it goes, everything. Pa. Come here. Or put it here. What's put again? Put. We used to teach that because we knew there was a hand, we wasn't sure what it was for. We first taught that ha was hada. Hada means put. And we weren't sure about it, but we still taught it because put is a good word to know. Put it here, put it there. Hada. Right? So if I say put it here, hadawa pa. Hadawa pa. Right? Hada, H-A-D-A-H is put. Put it here, put it there. Put it in the fridge. Put it on the table. Put it on the chair. Put it on the ground. Hada. Hada is ha-da-ha. Hada. Hada is put. Alright? Hada is put. Alright? Lift. Lift is from Moses' name too. Lift is in Moses' name. Sha'ah. Sha'ah, the word for lift or pick up. Sha'ah. Moses' name was Ma'ashah, meaning drawn from the waters. Mayam Sha'ah or Mayam Nasha'ah. Right? Or Ma'ashah. And the Shah is to say Sha'ah, which is lift or drawn. Of course, there's a word for drawn, but Hebrew names don't go exactly by the same method that you use in your reading. Right? It's, yeah.
Sloppy, sir.
Go ahead.
Shuba Kamash, one West, excluded, sir.
No sweat, no sweat.
Right. Now, Third.
Got it. Is anything else in there?
La'ah, sir. Just brothers and sisters checking in, sir.
Most time in Christ, man.
In the general, of course.
Come, for sure. Right, shalom, adawanium, or akim, or aquatim. All right? Passover coming up. We need some Passover. We got to get that scripture, right? We're helping get this, right? Taza'ad is a man on his side. This is a figure of a mouse trap, a rodent trap. Qadash. Ra is a head on a neck. Ra'ash is your head. Shan is the figure of two front teeth. Sa is a mark, meaning mark that person, mark this person, mark that animal, mark of the beast, mark of the men of the Most High, a mark. So mark.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Scripture on the one.
We're gonna go to 2 Kings 12 and 11.
Reading my God, sir.
Please.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 12, verse 11. And they gave the money, being told, into the hands.
Is this second where we at?
This is the book of 2 Kings.
2 Samuel.
Sloppy, sir.
2 Samuel's that's my fault. 2 Samuel's 12 and 11.
Come on, sir. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes.
This is the Lord talking. The Lord said he will raise up evil against thee. I thought God was all up. God don't seem like he's all up here. It sounds like he punishes people for when they do wrong.
Right.
Give me them.
And give them unto thy neighbor.
So you read from the top again.
Come. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Most High.
This is what God is saying in the Bible. The Lord said this. Keep reading.
Behold, I will raise up evil against thy out of thine house.
Uh-huh.
I will take thy wives before thy eyes.
The Lord said he will take your wives from before your eyes. Meaning you're going to know that she's committing adultery against you. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
Keep reading. Meaning you go against the Most High. You love your woman more than the truth. The Lord will take away your woman. The Lord can make your woman marry someone else. You know what I mean? The Lord don't play with the Lord. The Lord is a good. The Lord said, "The earth is my footstool."
Oh,
you know what I mean? What the other scripture said again? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Everything that's in the earth that fills the earth belongs to the Most High.
Damn right.
The Lord, America abused us. The Lord is going to take away America before our eyes also.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Anything you love more than the Most High, he takes it away. Right? You love one time you was in your city, and you love the things in the city more than the Most High. The Lord took your city away. You love the visitors to your city. The Lord said, you must not need this city. You should move into their city. Took your city away. Now we're here in America, wondering why we're here. You know what I mean? Good. Trying to find our homeland is not provided because the Lord gave this wife to someone else. The Lord gave our city to someone else. So now we don't know what city we came from. We're talking about we got to go back to Africa.
Right.
But we don't know where we came from.
Right.
because the Lord took our city away, gave it to another man. He's saying he's a Jew. We over here saying, well, he's a Jew. I must not be a Jew. I must be him. The other, no, I don't think so.
Come, sir.
I don't think so. Right? Obviously, we gotta look to our slave masters to see what they took from us.
Come, sir.
They're white people talking about they Jews. Come on now.
And if I may, and it still boggles me to this day, and there's so much evidence on social media, we go to them and get a DNA test.
Yeah. We want to, and for all of the lies that they've been giving us over the years, we think that they're going to give us an honest answer. Come on, man. You know their lies. You know that thieving is their culture. Thieving is how they came up.
Come, sir.
They became great through thievery. You should look to see what they stole, and then you might find something that was stolen from you.
Come, sir.
Simple as that. Look for what they stole and see if anything of the belongings that they have belong to you.
Come, sir.
I bet all of it is yours.
Yeah, right.
I bet Russia and France and Germany and England, I believe they all niggas things.
Come, sir.
Spain and the Czech Republic and Ukraine.
Come,
I believe all that belongs to Negroes, man.
Yeah, right.
That's what I believe. Portugal. Come on, Italy.
Come, sir.
Come on now. All right. What we got here?
Sir?
Go ahead.
Come, sir. Against thee out of thy own house, and I will take thine, and I will take thy wives before thy eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor.
People ask me all the time, how do you say wives? How do you say this? How do you say that? Right? How do you say things in sentences? We want to get this. We want to get these in. It says, I'm gonna write it all out on the board, right? Of course, I got here my digital Tanakh. You know what I mean? I got my book apps here, or the ones that can not crash my device here, right? Everything else is on my gigabyte, terabyte phone, right? We got an app here called the Hebrew Greek Interlinear, right? One by Hagios Tech, right? They got the English on the top, the Hebrew here. They got a concordance code, right? They got the root of the word. For example, right? You have this word right here, wa ba'ala, right? Root words consist of 2 or 3 letters per se. They call characters, but for your sake, we'll call them letters for your understanding, all right? So you see a preposition here, right? If you don't know in the Hebrew, you will think that this is a 5-letter word because you're used to English and spaces in words. In Hebrew, possessives are written without a space to the root word or the word with its tenses, all right? So here's the word that's written in the sentence, and then right underneath, you have the root word separated from the word. Okay, where's that again? Right here. Sa mataza'a. Sa, we had the alphabet on the board already. I mean, we had it on the board already, right? Salaki, right? Sa is a preposition to say will do, or sometimes she, right? In most cases, it's either, in most cases, it means future tense. But in other cases, based on the context you're reading, it always means a she, right? Very similar to when you see wa as a possessive. Wa will be he or it, okay? So here's the tense at the beginning, meaning future tense, or in this case, she, but there's no space between the mataza'a. There's no space between the mataza'a, but there is a mataza'a right here to say this is what the word actually is, right? And this is an addition, does not mean the word, but to mean its preposition, right? So mataza'a means find. Very, very good word to know. You're gonna learn Hebrew by practicing to read your records, right? Me sitting here and writing words on the board all day is not going to get you Hebrew. You need to learn to read. I'm teaching you to learn the language, understand it, understand the method of how to read and write it, and you have to take it to Sabbath service. Sabbath service is where you go to learn the language, interpret it, and rehearse the language and speak it. Read and speak, right? No problem, right? And that is why the curriculum of the I.S.U.P.K is absolutely genius. Right? You learn it the night before, the very morning after. You have to exercise the things that you learned today. All right? All right? Good, right? So we got some good words right here.
It's a little blurry, so if you could come.
It's a little blurry. No problem. I'm about to write these all on the board. I want to write this on the board. We're not writing it from here, but we're gonna write it on the board, and we're gonna so everyone can get a clear understanding. Even on this app here, if you click on the concordance code in the blue, right, it brings up the word and its usages, right? You need these things to understand, whatever you got going on there with the Hebrew, right? You need this. This is a very good app. I recommend everybody download this app. I advise everyone to read from the app, go through on the Sabbath service. So when they're reading in the Hebrew, you're not just sitting there lost. You can follow along to what's being said. You can learn. You have to learn. You have to lamad. Lamad is learn. Mosan, that's my guy right here. Let me dap this brother up right here, man. Yeah, right, man. You know what I mean? Come on. They call that being diligent, man. They call that the initiative, man. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go from the top, right? Okay, this is not the verse I wanted. This is a good verse, right? I would like to do this. This is a law here. This is a law. There's no facts as, but we gotta stay on topic, all right? We in 2 Samuel, right? 12 and 11. Khan. All right, there we go. Right? Against you. Right? Against you, right? Ayah is over or against. Right?
You want me to read, sir, or keep wait for you?
You can read. I'm gonna write it out on the board.
So start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning.
It's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Most High, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thine wives before thy eyes, and give them unto thy neighbors, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this son. Verse 12. For thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun.
Okay, good. So now, from the top one more time again.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, power.
Okay.
Before I will raise up evil. Behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine house.
So the Lord said, I will raise up evil against you, right? In the Hebrew it says against you. Evil, right? Of your house, and I will take. All right? Right? Of course, the English was translated by scholars to get the context and the intention. Right? So the intention is the same, but the Hebrew is not written to be so beautiful and poetic as the hired poets were, made to translate this, right? Right? Ra is the word for evil. Right? The Lord creates light and darkness. All right? Ma Bayathka. Bayathka. Right? Ma Bayathka. Right? Do you remember what Bayath is?
Bayath.
Yeah, look on the page. Cheat.
Tent, sir. It's tent.
Good. Tent is your tent.
So that was
now read this in the English here.
Come, sir. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thy own house.
And out of thy own house?
Come.
Now, the word for house here is bayath. Remember, we wrote that it was tent.
Come, sir.
But the word for house became the word for tent. That is why I said basket is your bag. Because it's similar thing, right?
Come, sir.
Okay? And then He said out of your house, but he didn't say out here. That's English to say out of. In Hebrew, just of. Of, right? And then bayat is house. Right? And then ka, what is ka again at the end of a word? Ka.
Ka means yours.
Yes. Right? You or your. Right? So again, so it says against you or over you. Al is over. Okay, maybe I'm jumping too far here, right? Maybe I need to write this in English letters. Right? I know people online. That's my bad. I'm thinking everybody is online is gonna read the Hebrew and know what I'm talking about. Right? So let me work with the speed of people who are new, right? Okay. So I'm writing right here. I.S.U.P.K. Right? Al is over. This word right here, al is over. Right? This phrase is always the phrase. This is the phrase you see all the time. Every single time you see this word ayalika as against you. But every part in the Bible where it says the Lord is against you, you're going to see this phrase right here, ayalika. So I'm going to write against you. Right? Against you. And of course, the car right here, it's good, nice. Garbage. Oh, don't watch that. Don't watch that. I'm trying. My profession is priest, not baller.
If I may, so
No, put it in garbage. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
That word, the phrase alika, I hear it a lot during Sabbath service. So
God.
I hear that word a lot. Number one.
Yeah. Ayalika, you're absolutely right. I see it all the time too, right? So you're gonna see Yah in here in a lot of words here, right? You're gonna see Yah, and this is not exactly. You always see Yah before possessive. This is like a buffer. That's why I wrote buffer up there. I haven't got a good reason why yet. I haven't even seen in the book why yet, right? But it's always there like a buffer between things that are hard to say. Alka is not easy to say. Ayalika is easy to say. Remember now, the period of the development of our language is for efficiency. So things are more efficient to say and write. This might be a thing of efficiency. All right, just so we can pronounce things that are not easily, miscommunicated. In English, you can say something and be miscommunicated. First of all, what is right? What is right?
It's like, so if I may, depends on context.
So the water, right? Because
it could be a right turn or right immorality.
Right immorality, or it could be
a right turn.
Or right down. Right down. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? All these rights. Right as in fight for your rights. You see what I'm saying? Or your name could be Mr. Right with a W on there. You see what I'm saying? So there's things that are, that we would have in our language to give us a little buffer so we don't get misconstrued in what we're saying. All right? Okay? Ayalika. And then we have Rai. Rai is the word for evil. That's this word right here. Rai is the word for evil. Right?
Sir.
Right? So the Lord said against you or over you, and al means over. But something that is over you is against you.
Sir.
You see what I'm saying? The wind could be against you, but the wind is not from the ground. The wind is from up here. Right? Just to give you a kind of understanding of what a man is thinking to what he says and what he writes. All right? So just try to, whatever you read it in Hebrew, try to make it practical. This is practical knowledge. Right? All about you, universal, all about you. All right? Okay, so evil, right? And it says of your house against you. And now it says against you, right? Against you, evil from your house. The ma means from too, right? Ma means of or from.
So Lawyer, he salute the class from Brooklyn.
What's going on, Kwame? What's going on?
Tamika, Chantal as well.
Okay.
And Dabala, One West Princess, she salute the class as well.
God. I hope to see everybody at Passover, right?
Most High in Christ, Lord willing.
Passover is in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah, English is very inconvenient. I gotta write to the end of the board to say a word. When I could just write Ma, Ba, Ya. So I'm writing the other way, right? Ma, Ba, Ya. Right? I could have just did that, and then the car, right? I wrote it the wrong way around, of course, but I'm writing forever, scribbly. You know what I mean? Just to say the same thing. Okay? Now, Ma means of, or from. Right? So the Lord is going to raise evil from, what's Bayat again, Yeshua?
Tent, sir.
House or house. Right? Bayat is house. Right? Which house? Bayat, Ka.
Your house.
Good, very good. We're getting somewhere. When you're gonna take over my class, man, so I can stay home. So I can stay home and sew meat trees and sew garments.
I gotta get on. Long Island class, the song Qadash.
Most High Christ. God, right? So we're gonna keep going, right? Against you, evil from house yours, from your house, right?
You going, sir? May I read?
Give me the first sentence again.
Come on, sir. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 11. Thus saith the Most High, behold. Is that it, sir?
This is 11.
Come. You know the first sentence right there, sir?
Yeah, the first sentence.
Come. Thus saith the Most High, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thy own house.
God. Against you will I raise up evil against you from your own house. That's what the Lord is saying here. Against you will he raise up evil from your own house. Your wife is in your house. Don't go against the Lord. The Lord can hurt your wife. The Lord can remove you of your wife. The Lord can put the demon in her mind that she's weak to demons. Your wife says she's going to leave you. She's going to leave you. You see what I'm saying?
If I may, it's so true.
So true. I don't know, it's a couple myself. So like
that close well.
Yeah, I lost a couple myself. You know what I mean? I got wives, and I got them from you know, the Lord gives your wife to who you are. Right? He gives a woman of the Lord unto a man of the Lord. And he gives a shameless woman unto an ungodly man. This is Ecclesiasticus 26, of course. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you become righteous, following the I.S.U.P.K, which is led by the Most High in Christ, you see what I'm saying? Your evil wife will either come over, or if you cannot fight the demon, she will leave you. She'll just be the person who she is. If she was whoring on you back then, you kept her. You might have not known, but the Lord will separate you from her. You know what I mean? Talking all this righteous Israelite stuff. She don't want none of that stuff. She don't want a bunch of that mess. She wants the Bloods and Crips. That's what she wants. She wants GD. She wants woo. Woo and two and four and choke. You know what I mean? That's what she wants. You know what I mean?
She belongs to the streets. It's lucky.
All that. You know what I mean? Okay, so we got wa, la quack, right? The word, okay, wa right here is our way of saying and. La quakat, right, is the word take, right? Take, right? So if you read it like this, la quack is the root word for take, right? Take, right? Okay, and then the ya right here means I or my, and take I, meaning he's taking it from you. All right, the Lord give it to you, the Lord take it away. You heard that before?
Come on, sir.
Right? Good. And then we got off. Right? We got off. Right? Off is not a word. Off is a indicator. Off is like saying colon. Colon, because after colon is bullet points, referring to the thing that it's talking about. So off is an indicator to say apply the verb. All right, so right, I'm gonna put right here, apply verb. Applying verb. What's the last verb that we spoke about? What's a verb in English? What's the last verb that we got here in English?
Okay.
No, verb.
A verb?
Not letter, verb. Name some regular verbs. What is a verb?
Action word.
It's an action word.
Come on, sir.
Word out of what I wrote here.
If I take.
Take is the action word. Take is the verb. Right? So as long as you see off, it's talking about something that is being take. Yes.
So off is basically saying, just going for what I'm understanding is, it's off is like change what the conversation is.
Yes.
Off.
Yes.
So I had it in my head just while before I answered your question. Like,
yeah.
Context.
Context. Got it. Okay.
Like if I may, like how can I put this? It's cold outside. Yeah, nah, that's a bad example. That's a bad example. Sloppy. Forget about it.
No sir. Got it. It's all good. Okay. It's cold outside. Right?
The water froze.
No. Okay. I'm trying to give a good example.
Huh.
It's cold outside. So put on your
jacket
and your
boots
and your
gloves
and your
hat
and drink some water. You see what I'm saying? Subject change. You see how your eyebrows went like that? Change, because the off refers to the thing that you're putting on for the cold.
Context. But
the drink of water has nothing to do with the cold. Hebrew now. It's cold outside. So put on off your jacket and off your boots and off your hat and off your scarf and the book read. Right? You see? So now the off was applying the verb. As long as it's going on, he about to go ride off into the sunset. Good. Right? But the off, as long as that's an off, it was talking about putting on. Put was the verb. Off applied the verb to your coat, your scarf, your hat. Anything that we said was for the cold, you're putting on for the cold. Your jacket, your scarf, your shoes, your boots, your socks, and your gloves. But the book is not for the cold. So we didn't put up off for the book. You see what I'm saying?
Or if I may, or could you use that to add on to your subject if you will add on bring this as you're traveling?
Because bring is a verb. Bring is a verb. All right? Bring this for your traveling, and then you name the thing. You say off the thing. Wa off. Remember, wa is and. Wa off your canteen. Wa off your lunch. Wa off
Tanaha, your basket,
your bag. Wa off tana'aka. Right? Wa off tana'aka and your bag. Right? You know what I mean? Whatever it is. Right? Wa off a war cup. A war is light. We're still not 100% sure on the war, because then we have the word aura. I don't know what aura is, it's written in a way that it could be from the word awar or awara. I don't know. Right? I'm going to do. This was something that came last week. We were going to look into the investigation of aura and light. The word light. I'm trying to show you, right? Light is in Hebrew, right? Is awar, awara, right? 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 Let me write it in the Assyrian here, right? Right? Oh no, Salakia.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
Sister Gwen, she asked a question. She says, Salakia, sir, can I use Tanaha for purse?
Yes.
Khan says,
Until we find another word for purse.
Khan.
If you say Tana'ah, I know what we're talking about. It is your basket. The basket did have a handle one time when your grandma was in slavery.
God.
And it had a handle and to cut cotton or corn or whatever she had to put in there and carry it in the basket.
God.
And the basket would go on her shoulder like this, two of them like this. Your grandma was a slave. As you carry the basket like they were bags. And then one time we upgraded to the cotton bag because we were picking cotton. And then we stuffed cotton bags and sometimes we would create straps, leather straps out of cow skins or other cotton straps for the bag. Your grandma would carry these straps and their child and the 2-year. Let me not go. I'm gonna get angry, man, if I talk about this, man.
God, so I understand.
Okay.
I'm with you on the one.
Okay. So we have na. Right. Okay. Oh, before the word was aura, right?
Come on, sir.
Na shaya. Na shaya. Na shaya. Ka. Right? Nasha yaka. Right? The root word is asha. Asha is the word for woman or wife. Right? Right? Of course, we know the word asha came from ayash sha'a. Right? We have the word here. Oh, sideways is better, right? This sideways is bigger. Right? Asha is the word for woman or wife. It came from the word ayash and sha'a, taken from man or drawn from man. Ayash was man and sha'a was lifted or taken, right? So ayash sha'a blended the word. Ayash sha'a became asha. Ayasha and then asha, right? Right, woman. Asha. All right, good. All right. Okay. Now, the phrase here is nasha. It says it's rooted in asha. I don't know why it says nasha, but the yaka is the same. The ka is the same. Your. Right? Nashayaka. Okay. Okay. Oh, I miss a part. Okay, no problem. We're gonna get that in a minute. Take your wife, right, to your eyes. It says la ayanyaka, right? La ayan yaka. Okay. Now, remember now, I'm putting a bunch of dashes in the words, right? These dashes is to say preposition, word, then possessive, right? It's a simple step. 1, 2, 3, right? And the first one is prepositions. right? Preposition, right? The 2 is the root word. Root word, right? And 3 is your possessive. Possessives. Possessives is your his, hers, yours, theirs, ours. That's your possessives. Your preposition is your and, your he and your she's, right? Your and, your he and your she's, your of, your in, your the, the, the.
There, sir.
There is possessives,
Come.
right? Your preposition is your and,
Oh.
the, in, of, from, all right? Like, okay? That's your prepositions, right? So every time you're getting to read in the Hebrew, you're always counting preposition, word, possessive, preposition, word, possessive, preposition, word, possessive. As I show you here on the yacht, right? So here's a word, no preposition, no possessive. But here's a word here with no preposition, no possessive. You got the Most High's name. You got Hananiah, right? Which is a word and then a possessive, right? And then you have a will raise up. Quawam is raised. But you have ma. Ma is a preposition. And with I-L-K, does a preposition begin with I? No. So what is that? It's a word. Al is a word, and then ka is a possessive on the end. So you have word possessive, right? Over here, is there a preposition that begins with a ra? No. Right? So it's just word. Right? Context, is the ha a possessive? Yes, it is. Does it fit in the context? Do we talk about any hers over here? Ha, the possessive means her. Ha means her. But we're not talking about a her yet over here. So the ha is not a possessive to say her. It is a tense of the word. All right? What do we have here? Ma, bayath, ka. Is ma a first? How much letters is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A word is only 3. A root word is only 2 or 3, right? 2 or 3 characters, letters, right? So when I see the ma here, I'm looking for prepositions and possessives. Is ma a preposition? Yes. It's a preposition to mean what? Of, right? Ma is a preposition to mean of or from. All right? Then we have the word. Bayath is a word, right? And then we have a possessive. Is ka a possessive? Ka is a possessive. Ka is a possessive to say
Your.
Ka is a possessive to say your. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we wrote it down just like this. 1, 2, 3. I put a dash here because we write no spaces in between them. But for English letters, if you write things all jumbled up, your English mind is going to get confused by me writing it together. So I put a dash here to say these things are joined like joints in your bones, like in your skeleton. They're joined together. So I wrote like that for the English. Ma, baya, ka. 1, 2, 3. Preposition, word, possessive. Preposition, word, possessive. Preposition, word, possessive. Right? Preposition, word, possessive. Wa, lakpakath, ya. Wa is a preposition to say and. Lakpakath is a word to say take. And then the possessive ya is to say I or my. Right? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna erase all this. Okay. 2. La is a preposition to say to. You need to know that one. We went over ayan a while ago. What is ayan?
I.
Very good. Ayan is your eye that's in your eye socket. The thing that you see out of. Eye. Your eyes. Right? And then ka, we went over ka.
It's your.
Your, the water. Right? And for all those out there, right? If you're a brother, man, you know you're Israelite. You're watching the YouTube videos. You don't know how to read English very good. Learn to read Hebrew very well.
Yeah, right.
America is done with, man. Don't nobody worry about America. Don't worry about still work and get a good job. If you are an educated man, still go to college, and the kingdom is not done yet. The American kingdom is not done yet, right? There's rumors of war and there's war, but the end is not yet. That's what Christ said. Still feed your families. Don't be a Christian.
Right.
Oh, Christ is coming back January 1st, even though Christ said he knows not the day or the hour, like Commander Yohana taught.
God.
Some cats ignore what Christ said and say, yes, the prophecy said he's coming back in the third day, the year 2000. Don't be burning $100 bills the day before. Say, oh yeah, Christ coming back tomorrow, next week. Start burning the money.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Quitting their jobs, having a big party. Christ coming back next week. F you, boss. It was crazy. I didn't even know about I.S.U.P.K. I was in Jamaica, and everybody was getting baptized December 31st, 1999. We're gonna party like it's 1999. That's where that thing came from. You see what I'm saying? Because the words of Commander Yohana, I'm saying Commander Yohana because the school was handed down to Commander Yohana in 1995 Passover. Right? The school was the I.S.U.P.K. The Israelite Church of U.P.K., the I.C.U.P.K., I.S.U.P.K., whatever Commander Yohana authorized it to be changed to and to change back from, right? The school was handed to Commander Yohana in 1995. It was not a big celebration. It was not a big thing on the wall. It was not a big, congratulations, Commander Yohana. It was not like that. Right? But the school was handed down to him, the authority was handed over to him, the guard was handed over to Commander Yohana, 1995.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna erase this.
Come on, sir.
Okay. What time we got there? All right. Okay. I see it there.
Come on,
10 more minutes and we got it. All right.
Come on, sir.
Tomorrow morning, we got the debate going on tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna leave those on the board. I think we should see this. We should remember this. You have to know this. You cannot read Hebrew without knowing what the oath is. You're gonna come across the oath everywhere. Oath does not mean with. It does not mean with. I know how it can seem like it means with, because you're applying a verb. So you're saying this is with that verb, this is with that verb. It's not. This does not mean with. This just means apply the verb. It's like a colon, and the bullet points do not mean with. All right. You say cold, right? You say cold items. Cold items, and then I put a colon here. And I say jacket, right? We had a jacket.
Sir. Boots.
Jacket, and then we got boots.
Gloves.
And we got gloves, and we got scarves, and so on, right? And scarf, right? Right? These bullet points don't mean with. All right? This thing doesn't say look out for the whips. Right? Now in Hebrew, this would be like called items, and this would be like, say, the verb. Right? And then these things right here would be like saying off. Right? These things right here is all like saying off. Off the boots, off the jacket, off the gloves, off the scarf. You're applying the verb. Off means to apply the verb. Go ahead, yes, Ron.
Everything that pertains to the conversation what you're reading.
Yes.
Okay.
According to the verb.
According to the verb.
The last verb that was mentioned in your conversation.
Come on, sir.
Remember now, Think black, think Latino. Think that you don't have a language. You got a language, right? You were born in the language, but you have to speak in a way that people understand you. And you're saying something, and you're trying to indicate that we're still talking about this thing, and we're powerful. We're a powerful people, full of ingenuity, and we got talk, and you got one man to build the house, and you got another man to build the basement, you got another man to cook the food for everyone, you got another man, and you have to talk and talk and talk. So you say ask, and when the ask stops, you walk away. Another man listening, and he is, you gotta cook the chicken, the rice, and the ask chicken, and he starts saying ask about food, he walks away. Another man comes, and he's gonna talk about cars. After the engine, the alternator, the air induction, the turbo air induction, the battery, and then he starts talking about cars, and there's no more ox, he walks away. The next man deals with what? Fishing and the boats. The water, the hook, and the bait, and the and he walks away. All right? So it's to help with the conversation, like you said, like the context.
Everyone's chiming in.
Yeah, everyone's chiming in.
Latinos do.
Yeah, exactly. What's about this topic? And then next thing you know, the topic changes. But today we don't have no ox. We don't have no ox today. So sometimes, how did we get to this topic? We started off with this thing right here. Now we're talking about 3 different things, but you roll off into all these different topics, but there was no indicator to say this topic is not related to that topic. In the UPK here, we say it all the time, sidebar. It's sidebar. Sidebar means no more ox on that thing there. You know what I mean? God. We have ka. Ka is how we say thus. Right? Thus saith the Lord. Ka. It's not Khan. It's a K-A and a H. Right? And then we have Amar. Right? Amar is how we say. All right? Say. Now it's not the bar. The bar is command. Right? Or speak. This is usually something that is said, but the proper way to teach it is say. I'm gonna say said because I've never seen a past tense of this word, and I don't want to create anything new. So we're gonna say said, just so we're on par with what's going on in the scriptures. Said.
Sloppy, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Wouldn't saith be the same thing?
Saith, yes, but we don't say saith, so I wouldn't write saith. But saith is said.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Okay. And then we have Yahweh. Yahweh, right? Which is God's name. This is God's name. Right? And when they read in the Hebrew, right? Nobody changed the Lord's names. Hold on, first of all, give me this part right here, right? The Hebrew textbook, right? Read this part right here. We're back in the Hebrew textbook from Yale, all right? Read this part right here where it says by that time.
Come on, sir.
Because why am I saying this? Because you got a bunch of infidels out there, right? A bunch of people who are not in the truth, who are Israelite groups, trying to say the Lord's name has been changed and the Masoretes changed it. Here's what Yale University said about the Masoretes changing the Hebrew text, the Bible, the Hebrew Bible.
Come on, sir.
All right, go ahead.
By that time, the text was so sacred.
The text was so what?
Sacred.
What does sacred mean?
It means wouldn't it mean special or something to keep at high regard?
Yes, meaning they regard this thing in so much. They value this thing so much. It's ancient. It's like you better not touch this thing. Remember now, the people who say they are Jews, they really think they are the Jews. This is something sacred. Even if a Jewish man, even a scholar, tried to change the text, other Jewish men will kill him. The same way how Muslims kill for Farrakhan or for what's his name? The old Muhammad guy, man.
Fard Muhammad.
No,
not him.
the bald head, the short brother, man.
Khalid Muhammad?
No, the old man with the Mickey Mouse hat, man. No, so Muhammad something. Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad.
Right? They would kill for Elijah Muhammad because he was sacred to them. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading here. By that time,
the text was so sacred.
By that time, the Hebrew text was so sacred. That's why we use the JPS Tanakh, because it's for a fact we know it's not changed. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on there today, but we use the JPS Tanakh because is there to say another Caucasian in America might change the text? We don't know. But the Jewish Masoretes said what? The text was so what?
The text was so sacred.
Keep reading.
That the vowel letters ya, wa, and I believe it's ka, could not be removed. So that the dot dash system was used in addition to the vowel letters.
Why are they saying that? They're saying that because even though they use the dots and dashes to mean vowels, they did not want to change the words that were already in there. Meaning what? They will not change the Lord's name. So even though they're saying Yahuwah, they put a dot and dash around this Y right here to say this is now a U, because they don't want to change the letter. Because they did not want to change the Hebrew text.
If I may, sir.
Yes, sir.
What? So they know the proper name of the Most High God name is Yahweh, but they want to add vowels.
They don't know the proper name is Yahweh. Because the Lord created the people to think like this so that they don't know the name.
Sir.
But if they look at the instructions that go into the past, they would know, damn, this is the Lord's name is Yahweh. If they read from the top, we read earlier where it says that only the consonants are used. Meaning there was no vowel. Read it from the
top right here, sir.
Yeah, you got it right there.
The original, okay.
Read that right there.
It's originally only.
This is the first paragraph. Originally, what does originally mean? Originally means
origin.
From the origin. Origin means from the beginning. In the beginning, when we spoke our Hebrew, right? Keep it in.
Only the consonants were used.
Only the consonants were used. We did not have any vowel sounds in the Hebrew. And this is according to the books from Yale University. Right? So according to Yale University, the Lord's name is Yahweh. Yahweh.
And if I may, sir,
God,
we made all this up.
We made
all this up.
And just like any music, they take it from us. Just like any fashion style and fringes and studs, they take it from us. They put on handbags, they put on dresses and suits, right? And just like any language, right? We lost it, but they have it. They have it. They have the instructions, right? They have the letters. They have the books, and they have the instructions to say only the consonants were used. So then it is, I.S.U.P.K, you guys invented the Lashawan Qadash. How could you have a language with no vowels? Go ask your white man. Go ask the white man. You love him and you don't love us. You look at Negroes and you look down on Negroes for having a language. But you don't look down. You don't look down on the white man. No problem. Go ask the white man then. Go do it. Go ahead.
If I may, it's so heavy because a prestigious school in this country that niggas, Salakias, Spics, and Native Americans can't get into, they're saying that us niggas, Spics, and Native American Indians are saying we got this right.
Yes.
The same school that niggas and Latinos cannot get into are saying we're right.
The place that if you had enough money, you would send your kids to.
If
you could get the scholarship, if they could get approved, you would send your kids up in there without a doubt. You cut all things off. You cut them off from their family so they can go in there. And in there, they're gonna learn that the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA was right.
Right.
And with that, I pass the class, the prison officer of 50, Yahshua Allah.
Class.
Come on, this is the salute, right?
Men of Israel, we're going to give one course salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amam Shabbat, Barak. Men of Israel, Amam Shabbat, Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah Barakatah. All right. Yajimatah. Dismiss.